Hello, good people. Hello. Welcome back to another car conversation with Shawnavonn, or Make America Think Again with Shawnavonn, whether you can hear my voice or you can see my face. Welcome to you all. I wanted to talk about the magically disappearing acts of the Epstein list, right? We literally have watched these MAGA folks use the Epstein list to entice the MAGA minions to follow them, to vote them in, to follow them, to support them, to give them all their money and to vote them in with the hopes and dreams that they would get a hold of this Epstein list and it would have just all these Democrat and left-wing, what do they like to call us? Left-wing liberals on the list. That's just been the red meat that they kept feeding MAGA over and over and over again. And now Pam Bondi has said, list? What list? What list do you say? There's no list. Listen, they went from, oh, we're going to get the list, we're going to have the list, we're going to publish the list, we're going to give everybody the information on the list, just get us in office, you're going to see the list. And MAGA did it. MAGA gave them their money, their time, their energy, their souls, banking on being able to see this list. And then it moved to, well, we're going to let a select few of you see the list. So we're going to give it to these conservative influencers. We're going to invite them to the White House, and they're going to walk away with these binders full of information. And then you saw the little photo op with all of the influencers outside. We've got the book. We've got the list. We've got the list. And come to find out, they had no more information that had already been provided and published and was out there online. So they were duped. MAGA was duped once again. And then moving forward, MAGA kept asking, what about the Epstein list? But where's the Epstein list? You promised us the Epstein list. You promised us a wall. It didn't happen. You promised us Mexico was going to pay for the wall. That didn't happen. You promised us prices would go down. That didn't happen. You promised us that you were going to pull us out of wars. No more new wars. That didn't happen. We're still, we're still supporting Ukraine. Well, Felon 47, that's questionable. But the Ukraine and Russia situation is still going on. War is still going on. And Israel is still attacking Palestine. That's still going on. And then on top of that, you aided Israel against Iran. So you broke that promise. So now the MAGA minions are saying, we want the list. We want the list. We want the list. They're demanding the list. And Pam Bondi comes out and says, what list? There's no list. There's nothing to see here. And then, MAGA got into an uproar, right? And then they released this video. And in the video, the video was found to have been, I believe, re-recorded like 4 different times. They removed an entire minute of the video. And so now you got the head of the FBI contemplating leaving and stepping down, because the head of the FBI, Kash Patel, he had gone on, when he was just doing his thing prior to getting into this position, he was like, well, yeah, the person who would have it is the leader of the FBI, so I would have access. But now he's having to come back and to say, oh, there's nothing to see here. No, I don't actually have access. So now he's got egg on his face too. So he's saying that, I'm thinking about going. The deputy of the FBI, Bonjoni, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. He didn't even show up to work on Friday because he and Bondi got into it because she's in front of cameras making everybody look bad. But she, look, MAGA, listen, We have known for quite some time that your boy is on these videos, these pictures, I'm sorry, photos, to my knowledge, via Michael Wolff, because Michael Wolff sat down to write a book with Epstein, and Epstein actually showed him pictures. He talked about his relationship, his long friendship with Felon 47. He talked about, he showed Michael Wolff these pictures of Felon 47 with young girls, not only on his lap, but doing explicit things, with their topless, sitting on his lap, and some evidence of Felon 47 somehow uh, having a happy ending. Now, he did not speak of seeing the pictures of the act, but he spoke of the things that I just spoke about. And then on Friday, Don Lemon, for any of you who follow Don Lemon, you know he's doing he has a podcast via YouTube. So I was watching that, where he had on Epstein's brother, I believe his name is Mark Epstein. He had him on as a guest. And here's one of the key points that Mark Epstein brought up. Mark Epstein said the very next day that Epstein supposedly unalived himself, the very next day was his bond hearing. Okay, so now just use your deductive reasoning. If my bond hearing is tomorrow, and I might very well make bond because I'm a white privileged male, why would I unalive myself the day before? Why would I do that as the white privileged male that I am? And I got away with the cases out of Florida. And y'all can go, there's a whole documentary on that. He got out of that, and Pam Bondi was a part of that one as well. He didn't get in trouble for that. He didn't get locked up for that. And now here I am, flash forward. I'm still the white privileged male that I am, and I got a lot of money, and I got a lot of connections, and my bond hearing is tomorrow. Why would a person like that in that position unalive themselves the day before the bond hearing? That one fact alone should let you know that something is not right. Something is not right. So I'm saying all this to say, I find it very comical. I have had my popcorn and my tea, sipping on my tea, and just back in the cut, watching all the MAGA folks lose their minds, because here, one more time, this administration is trying to just slip by and gloss over and tell them another lie, and oh, there's nothing to see here, and fail on another promise that they have made to these people. I don't know when y'all gonna wake up. I have come to the conclusion that some of y'all just don't want to be saved. But over here on the left side, we have known for quite some time that your boy he's on that flight list. He is in pictures. He was friends with dude, and they was doing a lot of things together. What all they were doing together, I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know exactly what they were doing together. But what I do know is that for some reason, he was in that press conference when Pam Bondi was trying to speak, and he cut her off, and he protested too much. Why are y'all still talking about this Epstein guy? Well, I don't even understand why this is trying to deflect and distract. Y'all know what he's doing. Y'all know exactly what he's doing, and that's why you're big mad. But we're going to see how this all plays out. Now, the people have been saying, oh, do you think this is going to be the thing that's going to break MAGA, that's going to break? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think that, I think they're going to follow him to hell. I think some of the MAGA group are going to follow him straight to hell. And there'll probably be some people that are hearing me say this, and they'll go to my comments and say, yes, I am. I literally have people do the same thing on Instagram. So there are going to be some people that are going to follow him straight to hell. Will this break them or break this whole fever cult situation that they're in? No, I don't think so. Some will break off. Some will break off because they're already on the verge, right? They're just like, this is the last thing. This is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back for me. But the majority that don't want to hear anything anyway, no, it won't make a difference. The rest of us, all it will do is confirm what we have already known. Like literally, this man has been accused, Foiling 47 has been accused by so many women of all different types of things, from essay to harassment to walking into Miss Universe wardrobe rooms just so he can sneak a peek, and he's on tape talking about grabbing women by their genitals. Like, he is a predator. He is a predator, a sexual predator, a narcissistic, sociopathic sexual predator. So I wouldn't anticipate anything less. But MAGA minions want to live in their la la land. I don't think this is going to break many of them from him, but I am so entertained by the fact that they are so upset about this, when this is what they do. This is what they do. They deflect, they distract, and they deceive. The thing that happened in MacArthur Park here in Los Angeles, just to let you MAGA folks know this too, the thing that happened here in MacArthur Park, where you probably saw it, I know Fox probably ran it all day, of the military taking over MacArthur Park, going in. There was nothing but children in MacArthur Park at summer camps. Nothing was happening in MacArthur Park when that happened. But what was happening was the fuck up was being exposed. The fuck up in Texas was being exposed with these floods, and what this administration has cut, the cuts that they have made being directly connected to the fuck up in Texas, that was actually happening. And the other thing they wanted to distract you was this, the Epstein files. So they created, look at LA, look at what's happening in Los Angeles, because they already want y'all to think that we're on fire. And I'm sorry, I don't know how I'm still surviving in all this fire. If all this is happening in Los Angeles, all this rebellion, all these buildings burned down, all the things that they're telling you are happening, riots, etc. How am I still here? How am I still here? You need to ask yourself these common sense questions. Because some of the shit y'all believe doesn't make any sense, but it's been entertaining. I'm interested to see where this goes. Do I think this will be the breaking point for MAGA? I don't know. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it is, but my money is on nah. They're going to follow him straight to hell. There's nothing we can do about it. They don't want to be saved. Let them go. But I'm interested in seeing what is actually on these in this flight book, this flight plans, these pictures. I'm interested to see who's in them, what's in them, what transpired. And honestly, at the end of the day, I believe more so than the American people or the MAGA people, I believe that the victims, it's owed to the victims for the full truth to come out. And I'm gonna leave it at that.